Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time. We really appreciate it, especially in the middle of a Thursday afternoon, 3 p.m. Eastern, depending on where you are in the country. So my heart goes out to you, and my goal is to make sure that everyone walks away with some great nuggets that you can use literally as soon as you hang up the phone call today, right, and start making some more sales. That's the name of the game. So pen and paper. Use that Q&A box on your GoToMeeting or GoToWebinar software. You should have a little window pane that you can expand or minimize depending on your screen setup, or if you're on a laptop or iPad or even a smartphone. But make sure you're comfortable with that Q&A box. Number one, if we have time at the end of the featured presentation, we're going to actually read some of the questions out loud and ask Mark, our host. Also, at the end, we're going to give away your choice, Amazon Echo or tablet. Plus, we have a great new prospecting book. So we're going to have a question of the day, and you have to use that box to type in the answer, the correct answer. Whoever's first wins and walks away with our grand prize. Today, we'll announce your name as soon as we wrap up, which will be right before 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So get real comfortable with that Q&A box. Also, if you ask a question, okay, which we encourage, by the way, we will get to you right away. Worst case, we'll answer at the end of the call in case we get a flood of questions that come in, which typically happens around the middle of the presentation. So a few things I want to mention. Number one, this is a great concept, a great strategy in whole life in general. Yes, it's been around for a long time, but there are some great guaranteed benefits, as we all know, surrounding whole life. And, you know, the myth was always, oh, whole life is so much more expensive. And, you know, you can look at an IUL as an alternative. And, oh, the good products are only through, you know, career channel or distribution companies. And, you know, the bottom line is that's not the case any longer, right? And you, as an individual independent agent out there in the field, you need to have access to all of the most competitive products, right? Because when you're on the phone with a client, you need to know whatever you're presenting is the most, if not literally the top 3 product in the space. Excuse me. And years ago, you had to be a captive agent to get your hands around the most competitive whole life products. It's no secret. Well, that's not the case anymore. We used to offer Penn Mutual, okay, which is not available in the independent channel any longer. We also have Mass Mutual, another good product, okay, but I'm going to tell you, and we have Mark on the phone with us today, the products that you're about to listen to today and about to learn more about, okay, are as competitive, if not more competitive, than the top whole life in the industry, bar none. They're an A-rated company, okay? Participating whole life is where they shine. Listen to this, and in fact, this just changed, and I just became aware of it. Up to $1 million non-med through an e-app, okay, to age 50. So that's big with living benefits. We have a great premium finance option. You're going to listen to the Your Family Bank sales strategy, okay, which is another great way to open doors, right? And as insurance agents out there, you have to come up with these big differentiators, right? You have to say to yourself, look in the mirror and say, why me? Why should these clients talk to me versus the other 989,000 agents, right, in the country? So it's your job and it's our job to provide you with these ultimate differentiators. And that's what you're going to learn about today. So as a successful agent, you need to have a carrier and products like this in your arsenal to be competitive, okay? Because here's why. If you don't bring this up, guess what? The agent down the street, they're going to bring it up and they're going to get the sale every time. So you have to be familiar with this concept, with these products, with this carrier, especially with Penn Mutual exiting the independent space. So again, you know, Mark's not going to say that, but I can say that, okay? It's our job to provide the best tools, resources, carriers, products to you So you don't have any other IMO to go to after you're done speaking to our marketers. And that's what we're focusing on today. Okay, so great stuff. We have Andrew joining us. Mark is our guest speaker, like I said, and make sure you're on till the end because I want to make sure you win our grand prize, right? And hopefully your little fingers are on the keyboard and you answer first incorrectly and you walk away with some nuggets as well as the IUL prospecting book, okay? Or we have the top seller book and you win, like I said, the Amazon Echo or tablet. You get to decide. Okay, this is a fact that just came in. I always like to leave our listeners with some great nuggets, facts of the day. So if you're selling indexed annuities, okay, or maybe you want to, this just came in from the Wink report. This is unbelievable. So indexed annuities, this is unreal. 1/4, $16.6 billion, up 14.5% compared to the prior quarter. And listen to this, up 29.9% compared to the same period last year. So almost 30% up from this time in 2020, okay? That is unbelievable, okay? I'm just going to read a couple bullets. Indexed annuities have a floor of no less than zero. Zero is your hero, as we all know, and the top indexed annuity carriers. Okay, jot this down because we have them all. Allianz Life, okay, another big one. Athene moved into second place. AIG, F&G, and North American rounded out the top 5 in the space. Now, I'm just going to tell you this. By the way, we have all 5. If you are an expert in the FIA space, great. We have everything, tools, lead programs that you will need. And if you've never written an indexed annuity before, please reach out to Josh or Ashley because there has never been a better time, okay? You're talking about 30% increase over last year at this time. There's a reason why, folks, okay? And with the top 5 companies and the best rated companies, okay, you have nothing to be concerned about, and we're here to hold your hand. All right, let's get back on topic here. I just wanted to share that thought of the day. Let's jump right into what's new at Levinson. Now, just a couple things I'm going to mention. I don't want to take up too much time here. Carrier incentives. Now, this is awesome, okay? There's 3 carriers that participate in this Your Family Bank strategy. Mutual Trust Life is one. And we have the only incentive that we are rolling out in about a week to 14 days where we're going to take your premium and reimburse you so you can pay for the platform, okay? And if you're right enough, it'll basically be free, okay, through Levinson. So we're going to help you with that. And again, we have the only incentive that reimburses you for the platform. So you're going to hear about that in the next 10 to 14 days. We also have the only guaranteed issue whole life product up to $100,000, and there's an incentive thrown in there. When have you heard about a trip tied into a guaranteed issue product? Okay, especially guaranteed issue up to $100,000, and there's one question. Okay, one question on the app. So again, $100,000 whole life, straight up, guaranteed issue, and you're going to win a trip to the breakers. I believe the minimum premium is $100,000, but I'll double check that. But that's unheard of. All right, now Bestow, the only direct-to-consumer product up to $1.5 million with an instant decision for your client, where you, the agent, get paid full commission. It's not a referral fee, folks. And Levinson has the only platform called Insure Me Now Direct that is multi-carrier, multi-product, 100% direct-to-consumer driven, okay, with Bestow built in. Okay, we are the only IMO that has it because I own the software. I wrote the software. So again, make sure you're participating. It's all free, by the way. It's like your own Amazon dashboard that you are marketing to clients through social media, through e-blasting, whatever the case is. Back to the annuity side. So real quick, write 2 apps. You win up to $1,000 cash above and beyond for September. It's our little NFL football kickoff incentive in the FIA space. Okay, and then on the bottom there, our Levinson Annual Agent Expo is back after a few years. So happy to see all of your faces. Again, looking forward to this day, April 8th of 2022. All of our top carriers will be there. Our keynote speakers, Mary Reed, and she's going to talk about her distribution solution concept. It's free for all of you, but if you're not in South Florida, okay, we have this at our beachfront location. If you're not here locally, we will pay for you round trip airfare from anywhere in the country and pay for a one-night beachfront hotel room. Okay, if you write a minimum premium, it starts at 40 to 50,000. 50 gets you the whole package. 40 gets you the room, and it's free even if you've never written an app. We pay for all meals. We take care of everything for you. It doesn't cost you a penny. It's also a great way to network with over 300 agents from all over the country. So don't miss it. Write it down, April 8th, 2022. We are back bigger than ever. I can promise you that. Let's move over to the middle section here. Insure Me Now Direct, that's your own Amazon platform, right? Where you can market and sell to consumers and they don't even have to talk to you. Okay? So think about that. Someone logs on your site 2 a.m., you're asleep, you wake up and boom, someone bought a $1.5 million term. Your commission comes in, no referral fees. Okay? Take advantage. We have 5 carriers, over 15 products, and we're building out 2 more carriers as we speak. And, oh, wait till you hear about this. I'll talk about it in just a minute. I don't want to skip ahead. I'm very excited about this. Real quick, let's keep moving in the middle section. North American Builder Plus IUL 3 now approved in California. Very tough state, as we all know. And this is a bummer, but Lincoln MoneyGuard Hybrid LTC was just discontinued in the state of Washington. That it was and is the last product that was approved there. So we got to get creative for our agents out in the state of Washington. Pacific Life just lowered their term rates. Banner Life approved 35 and 40-year term in New York, another tough state. Now, this is what I was so excited about, what's highlighted in the top right corner. This is a new strategy called LIRP, L-I-R-P, that's tied into the Insure Me Now Direct platform, which has your picture, your phone number. This is a concept that allows you to take this turnkey complimentary kit and approach P&C agencies, health insurance agencies, mortgage companies, real estate companies, and allows you, right, because you own the Insure Me Now Direct platform, to market to all of their consumers, right? And if they're licensed, let's say it's a P&C agency or a health agency, in fact, we and you can set up a commission split so you can tie them into every policy sold. They do nothing, okay, to get full access, and we can even co-brand the site for that specific group so they can market it to all of their consumers. And, you know, let's face it, the number one, and this is actually not a good thing, but the number one thing that we hear from P&C agencies, health agencies, they don't want to get involved with life insurance, okay? It's like another language for them, okay? They don't have time. They're focused on open enrollment. You know, they're focused on homeowners and auto insurance, whatever the case is. So this is a way they can go to all of their consumers and say, hey, great news, P&C Insurance Agency now has a term life product up to $1.5 million. Click here for a quote, okay? Or critical illness, cancer, guaranteed issue, okay? And it comes with a free scholarship, by the way, because you're already a member of our P&C Agency Group, LLC, you know, whatever the case is. So this is an amazing opportunity that if I was an agent out there, I would be talking to all of the P&C agencies, health agencies, to get your foot in the door, right? It's another way to bring in revenue to the company without any work involved on their end. It's a no-brainer. So this turnkey kit is coming out in the next week. We're going to have a webinar. It's going to be awesome. And again, we can brand it for you, for the agency. You tell us. We do everything behind the scenes at no charge. Carrie's Corner article coming soon. What we did is we took the top 10 agent requests ever, right, and wrapped them up in a video and a Carrie's Corner article, and we basically answer the Levinson way. It's a great little spin. You're going to see that coming out this month. An increase in lead program participation. So agents are forced to work from home right now, right? It's no surprise. We know what's going on. So with our new lead programs, we have one with a 20% guarantee. We have another one starting at just $4 a lead. Mortgage protection, final expense. This is a slam dunk. And you say to yourself, well, Bill, I don't really want to mess around in the final expense market. Okay. Well, hello, final expense. It's just a small whole life product. Okay. So it's up to you to pivot, move them into a mutual trust life participating whole life product for $100 grand, $250, whatever the case is, that's as or more competitive as a typical final expense product, and the comp is much better. Renewals are higher, okay? So again, don't just get caught up in this mortgage protection lead or final expense lead. That's just a marketing spin, okay? That's a way to get your foot in the door to talk about life insurance. So anyway, take advantage of our programs. No one else has a 20% guarantee. So again, run with this stuff. On the bottom there, second to last, ILIA Premium Finance Software. Another great product for premium finance is whole life. You're going to hear a little bit about that today. We have a turnkey software program that's free for all Levinson agents. On the bottom, we have new Mary Reed prospecting books. In fact, we're going to give away, we're going to give one out to the winner today, and then we'll include all of this information in our thank you email that goes out to all participants today. So keep your eyes open for our thank you email. Everything is included, and the mutual trust life contracting will be built in as well. So you can get started this afternoon. Okay, let's move forward here. So I want to talk to you real quick about our mission, our motto here at Levinson, our model, the 100-foot overview. We don't want to have carriers just for the sake of having carriers, okay? We don't want a Burger King, a McDonald's all on the same corner. Okay, we want to make sure that every carrier represents a niche in the space. When it comes to whole life, when it comes to final expense, when it comes to IUL, whatever the case is, we want to have, and we do have, the best options available today. Now, each carrier has a little different niche than the carrier next to it, okay, for that specific reason. And I'll tell you just in a nutshell, and you can understand this, we don't want to be a small fish, right, with thousands of companies or hundreds and hundreds of companies. We would rather handpick, let's say for whole life, okay, let's take this example, right, 12, 13 companies. We want to be looked at as one of the largest IMOs. So when we need a favor, or you need an underwriting assessment, or you tell me, hey, Bill, my client's 2 pounds overweight, can I get the preferred class? Right? We're a bigger fish, so we can get those favors typically done for you. So that's the reason and the logic behind it, okay? If you take a look at the screen in front of you, you will notice, number one, a blue asterisk, that's your family bank approved, and then you're going to notice the green asterisk, which is Levinson's exclusive scholarship program, okay? And what that means, if you sell one of their products, your client gets 1 year free. We now have over 430 colleges. We are the only IMO that offers this to agents for free with no minimum premium for your client, okay? That simple. So again, if you're with another IMO with these companies, transfer over to Levinson, okay? We'll match or most of the time beat your commissions, okay? Yes, you got to prove it. If we hear you're at 192%, I want to see the grid, okay? And with your first app, we give you free leads or cash, you pick. Okay, so jot that down. If you notice, top left is Mutual Trust Life Insurance Company, A-rated, okay, and just reaffirm. So strong participating whole life company. And what I also want to mention, yes, there's other companies that are on this list, but when you hear Mark's story, you're going to see why we have them placed first, front, center, top row, because we're very excited about the partnership. But everything else, obviously, we have direct IMO contracts, and like I said, they all have their niche in the space. Okay, let's jump right into the featured presentation. I want to introduce Mr. Mark Creighton, our Regional VP with Mutual Trust Life. He's got some great stuff to talk about. Make sure your pen and paper is ready. Mark, are you there?
I am here. How are you?
Okay, thank you. We are great. Couldn't be better.
So glad to be joining you today and really excited to talk about not one, but two great solutions that you can put in your portfolio. Why is this important to hear today? Whether you're looking to change what you do as a practice or looking to supplement, or you don't want to change what you do at all, but you want to capture more business than you're currently capturing. The Your Family Bank solution is one that you need to know about. It is the #1 proven sales solution that we've seen, that I've seen in my career with Mutual Trust, which spans now almost 18 years. Add to that, I'm going to share with you the Smart Money solution, a solution that is built perfectly for a whole life product. And just with that, let's get going. A lot of stuff to cover today. Again, my name is Mark Creighton, Regional Vice President with Mutual Trust. Before we begin, there's some things my compliance department requires me to talk to you about. One, mutual trust producers are prohibited from giving tax or legal advice. Your client should always consult with a tax or legal advisor of their choice. Dividends are never guaranteed. However, we've had a long history of paying them. What I tell you really is any mutual company that decides to skip a year in dividends is basically saying they want to get out of the industry. So us, like the other partners you had on that last screen, we've all got a long history of paying them. Always review policy rider provisions for full details, and if shown, which I don't think I have any numbers on here today, values may include illustrated dividends, which are never guaranteed. I'm going to update this. Guaranteed cash values are based on 4% interest rate offset by expenses and mortality charges. However, due to the CARES Act that passed at the end of last year, all whole life carriers are in the process of changing their products and will not be at 4% anymore. They will vary based on product. More information on that as we go. Our agenda today, a sales solution is great. A concept is great. And when you meet with a client, your best success in getting them to purchase is when that client absolutely understood they had a problem. Oftentimes you're able to articulate it perfectly, but if they can't identify with what you're saying, if they don't see the problem, they lose some motivation to move forward. We've all experienced it, right? Of course. Well, we're going to talk about a problem that's essentially universal out in the land, and maybe to varying degrees, your potential clients are suffering from it, or they're aware of the pitfalls of this problem. We're going to discuss the Your Family Bank concept and how that addresses the concept. We love permanent insurance. Nothing is better than permanent insurance, whether it's whole life, whether it's IUL. Permanent insurance offers so many advantages to your clients. You know, we don't just sell death benefit anymore. We're selling living benefits. Your Family Bank concept is all about the living benefits, the immediate impact it makes on a family, and then the long-term benefits of that solution. We'll cover on a high level how it works, what are the client benefits. We're going to talk to you about why Mutual Trust. Why are we your carrier? I think I can make a strong argument that you'll look to us for this solution. When we get done there, I'm going to add in just a few slides about that Smart Money solution. Again, something else to just put in your quiver. As you're going about your regular business, you're going to see a client that will fit this profile. After all, at Mutual Trust, we don't create products to shove them on your shelf and say, hey, go get them. When you think a whole life, go get that product. No, we talk to you about what are the solutions? What are the problems? How can this product work for your client? We'll close by adding next steps. And again, as they said, if we've got time, happy to answer some questions. The story starts with addressing the problem, and the problem is massive. It's debt in America. Average income in America is a little over $47,000, but the average debt in America is $137,000. Those are two numbers that don't make anybody feel good, right? The total outstanding U.S. consumer debt is $3.9 trillion. And good news is on the news last night, I heard they're considering just defaulting on it. That'll be great. Overall, Americans carry $798 billion in credit card debt, average interest rate of over 13%. on cards that carry a balance. And how many people know stories much worse than that in terms of an interest rate? In 2018, 69% of college students graduated with an average debt of $29,800. That actually doesn't feel that bad. My own stepdaughter finished grad school, $80,000. Additionally, parents took out average debt of $35,000. So within a family, that's $65,000 in debt. And I know there's talk about making college free. Let's probably not count on that. So this is all debt, one that's real right now and likely to continue. Looking at all those numbers, thinking about the debt we have, do we all agree that there's a problem? And do you all agree that if you were to walk down the street and somehow get everybody moving around to just stop for a second and answer your question, do you have debt? How many hands do you think would raise? That's your client pool. It's universal. And by the way, if they tell you they don't, that's perfect. They should absolutely do this too, because at some point they will have debt. So the Your Family Bank concept was a twist on the infinite banking concept. Infinite banking was the idea that you utilize a whole life insurance policy, a specially designed whole life policy that wasn't created to buy as much death benefit as we could, but instead created to provide as much early guaranteed cash value as possible. So contrary to what our good friends Dave and Susie might suggest, this whole life sale isn't done to create a great income for the agent. It's done for the betterment of the client. The Your Family Bank concept took the infinite banking concept and put a wrapper on it and said, here's how we can apply it. We're not going to talk conceptually. We're going to talk specifically to a client problem. And that client problem, of course, is debt, as we just covered. So the solution uses the guaranteed cash value within the whole life insurance policy to get families out of debt. The why whole life? We'll talk about that in a little bit more. But it's that idea that we have guaranteed cash values, guaranteed access that's going to make this work. How many sales have you ever had that you felt 100% confident you would never have to apologize to a client for? Caps can change, rates can change, things can happen. In a whole life policy, your guaranteed cash values are contractual. There is not one single thing the carrier can do to change them. So when we use the guaranteed cash value to help these families address their debt, get out of debt, which would include their mortgage, without spending any more money than they're spending right now, do you think your clients would be interested in giving you 5 minutes of their time to learn more? I believe the answer is yes. I know the answer is yes. We've seen it time and time again with the agents and agencies that we work with. This concept works brilliantly on small businesses too. We love to work with business owners. You walk into a business owner's office and you know that they've got more money. They've got a bigger potential sale. Those are our whales we like hunting for, right? If you walk into that business office and you ask him, what if I could show you a way how to increase your cash flow? Think about the people like you who have gone in to talk to that business owner before. How many have asked that question? My guess is none. They say, do you have a buy-sell agreement? Do you have an executive bonus plan? And the business owner thinks to himself or herself, I've got better things to do right now. I might need it, but that doesn't really interest me. You ask them if they want to increase their cash flows. That business owner just pushed away from the desk, sat back on the chair, grabbed his chin and said, yes, I do. Great opening line to engage that client in conversation. As an overview, as your client pays into the whole life policy, again, minimizing the death benefit, maximizing that early guaranteed cash value. Hey, consumer basis, in these days, we're instant gratification. I am, probably you are too. What have you done for me lately? I don't want a plan that's going to work for me 10 years from now. I want a plan that's going to work today. And when we minimize the death benefit, maximize the cash value, your client's going to have the ability to eliminate one of the debts, maybe in month 1, maybe it's month 2, maybe it's month 3. All depends on each client. But as premiums are paid, cash values accumulate, guaranteed. The cash value is then used as collateral to pay the debts. And that's the beauty of whole life. When your client utilizes the cash values through a policy loan, the money's still in the policy. It's still going to grow as prescribed by the guarantees set forth in the contract. It can't change. They borrow the money from the insurance company. They pay down debts. We're going to snowball them. This is like Dave Ramsey's policy or strategy, but it's better. We snowball the first debt into the second debt. We're paying off the policy loans throughout, and as cash values increase and we have enough to pay the next debt, we do it. And the next debt after that, until we have our clients debt free. Most clients are debt free in 9.5 years or less. And here's the funny part. You think the more debt they have, the worse. It's actually contrary. The more debt they have, the better everything sort of performs. Again, payments are directed to the policy. Once the external debts are repaid, it reduces the number of years it takes to repay the debt, which reduces the amount of loan interest paid. And typically, your average client is going to see $150,000 of interest relief over a period of time. If I were to take that $150,000 and put it in my retirement portfolio, whether that's a can buried in my backyard, a checking account, a savings account, a money market account, a CD, an annuity, an IUL, or a whole life, your client's better off for it. The process is easy and safe. We've reviewed all this by our compliance department. We don't market anything we don't feel good about. And because this strategy is solely based on guarantees with wiggle room for emergencies, because things happen. It's not when life happens, or it's not if what life happens, it's when life happens. Something's going to happen. You've all had clients who had to skip a premium, reduce a premium. They needed flexibility. This plan, this solution is flexible. The best part is Dave Ramsey would tell you, all right, when you get paid, put money in an envelope. Change your lifestyle. No more going out to eat. No more going to movies. Cut your cable bill. Pare down your cell phone plan. Don't do anything fun. You are changing your life because debt is bad. The only part he's got is debt is bad. And he also tells you, in addition to changing your lifestyle, is why don't you cut back on what you eat too? You're eating rice and beans until you're out of debt. Well, we don't want to do that. We're going to get you out of debt in 9.5 years or less without doing anything more than you're doing right now. Whatever you're paying towards your debt maintenance, that's what we're using. Maybe we're going to find some additional money, but the program will help you identify what that is. Pardon me. So why do a YFB? One, you're not selling life insurance anymore. You're educating clients on how they can relieve the biggest stressor that they have in their life. They're going to get out of debt. No additional money is going to be spent than they're spending right now. Again, no change to the lifestyle. There's no negative effect on the credit through this because the client's going to continue paying minimum payments to their debts. We don't want any hits to their credit score. We don't want collections. We don't want anything negative. We're just going to apply a proven strategy. There's no qualifying for loans because within a mutual whole life company, you are part owner of the company. Your ownership interest is equal to the amount of cash value, size of your policy that you have with us. Your cash value is yours to use. You have first right of refusal. We'll use it if you don't, but you've got access to it. There's hassle-free loans. Hassle-free, it's changed over the last few years because of the presence of fraud in the financial service industry. We've got a form. You've got to sign your name to it, but you have to tell us your policy number and how much you'd like. And we're going to look at your signature to make sure that the right person is going to get access to your cash values. We've got hassle-free loan payments. When you take a loan, we don't have a collection department. You don't take another step to tell us how you're going to pay it back. Hey, we don't care. It's your policy. You pay it back when you want. So as you're paying down your debts and you free up that money, then you can start applying it to the policy debt. There's flexibility to fit your life. People say whole life is not a flexible product. That's my good friend Dave and Susie again, and everybody else on all the national pundits on TV. A whole life is far more flexible than you understand. If you don't know whole life, but you know IUL, you know you have target and you have excess. We've got something kind of similar. We use different names, but the flexibility is there, truly there. And because there are guaranteed cash values, there is guaranteed flexibility in a number of other different ways. And if we think about our own lives, and if we think about those we know who have serious debt, what kind of stress does it cause them? Does it affect their health? Studies have proven it absolutely does. Does it affect marriages? Studies have proven it absolutely does. Think about the last time you talked money with your spouse. Probably not the greatest conversation. I hope it was for you. But financial stress is a real thing. When you talk to your clients and they see that there's a way out, they've been doing things their own way, but they've gotten nowhere. When you show them they can be debt-free, how impactful is that going to be? Do one sale and you'll feel so much differently about what it is you do. And then once your clients are debt-free, guess what we've got? We've got a policy with some cash value that's growing, and it's permanent insurance. And guess what that means? We've got tax-free, tax-deferred buildup of the cash value and tax-free access to it later. Now listen, we've done this presentation for a number of agents. We've talked to to numerous IUL agents. If you've only done IUL in your past, let me ask you a question. How many times have you met with a client who, you know that you've got a great solution and it's going to provide what they're looking for? The problem is they don't have any money. Why? They've got debt. What if we can take that client you aren't able to do anything for, but I don't know, maybe you did sell them a term policy to get them protected at the very least? What if you can take that client, get them out of debt in 9 years, and now what have you done? You've created some referrals for the future, haven't you? You've got a client who is now debt-free, has cash flow that they can use, and now they've got a solid foundation to their retirement plan being the best safe asset class product there is on the market, whole life insurance. Now you can move them into something else that's going to even create an even better retirement future for them. I know a number of different agents who have taken that very same approach. They were IUL only, and they looked at this and said, this is something I have to do too. What else does your family bank concept, what else does this plan provide your clients? Well, one, death benefit. It's life insurance. Death benefit can't ever be forsaken or forgotten or overlooked. The greatest risk to any family is death of a loved one. We've got terminal illness and chronic illness provisions. Great, standard definitions as you see out in the industry, free of any premium cost of accessing it on the back end as you're used to seeing. And this is the best one yet. And I challenge Dave Ramsey to match this one. We've got disability waiver, waiver of premium. It's insurance for your debt plan. If your client was to become totally disabled, and even if this was just simply a plan for creating retirement income and not for getting out of debt, you put a waiver of premium on this policy, mutual trust pays the premium should the client become totally disabled. That's mutual trust pays the premium. You know what that means? Those contractual cash value increases that are in the ledger that your client received are still going to happen. It's not simply we stop waiving COI costs. We're paying premium. Paid premium equals increases in cash values. It gets better. Why mutual trust? We've got something nobody else does. Not only are we going to pay the base premium and any term premium that you might have blended into the solution, we've got a waiver of premium on the PUA. That's the excess premium in non-whole life terms. So if I'm funding $1,000 a month, which is your average YFB case design, if I'm funding $1,000 a month and I become totally disabled, guess what? Mutual Trust is paying into my policy $1,000 per month. So I can still get out of debt. I can draw on that cash value to support me because obviously my income's down because I'm disabled. I can use it for whatever I want. It's my cash value. Mutual trust is just kind enough to pay it. So waiver of premium is standard, but nobody covers the paid up additions. And lastly, the best benefit is the peace of mind. Would you like to talk to clients about how they might be able to rest their head on a pillow at night, every night from here on out, knowing that the biggest concern they have is being addressed and being addressed immediately? Some other reasons why we're the carrier. It was said earlier, many carriers have good products. I love all mutual whole life companies. We've got great products, and our product is like all the rest. Where I think we strive, and it's important in this strategy, early guaranteed cash values. It's been the backbone of our pricing strategy as long as I've been with the company, and a few years before that too. This product is priced for the concept. We've got flexibility of premiums. Our paid up addition rider is the most flexible out on the marketplace. No matter what, we're never changing the terms of that rider. Other carriers, they will. If you don't do what you said you're going to do, they're going to change it. They change the rules. That's no fun. We've got the right people. We have people who understand the Your Family Bank concept, and that's everyone in our company. That's not just me. I'm paid to know this. I'm the regional VP. That's what I do. It goes beyond our sales team who backs us up and are experts at that. They've attended boot camps to learn the process, to see it firsthand. But it's our new business team. It's our underwriting team. It's our policy payments division. It's policy change. It's our CEO. It's our president. Everyone understands this is something we do and that we're very good at. And mostly, we've got the right service. You can work with a company who's got a great product, but if you can't get service to back it up, how much fun is that for you? Where are your pain points? We've talked all along about where the client's pain points are. We can address those, but where are yours? Have you ever been aggravated with getting service? At Mutual Trust, every single person is available to assist with the process, with the questions. Our underwriters answer phones. Our CEO answers the phone. Our head of actuary answers the phone for agents who have questions. The level of service is also proved out by we've got cash value access within 10 days of issue or 10 days of another premium being paid. As those cash values increase, your clients can get it 10 days later. We wait for the premium to clear, and then you're good to go. We got loans processed within 3 business days, and we take great care to make sure that only the right people are accessing those policies. Why Mutual Trust from your perspective? Compensation. We've got strong first-year compensation, not just on the base plan. Everybody pays good premium, good commission on the base plan, but you should see the commission on our PUA riders. It'll open your eyes. And we're bringing back the concept of mailbox money. When you see our renewals that are paid through year 10, after year 10, it's a service fee. But when you see our renewals, you're going to take a look at this and say, hey, that's kind of nice. Do enough cases, you got a nice fat check coming every January. I can't, it's paid monthly as your renewals come up, but every year you can count on 10, 20. I know agencies that are getting renewal checks for over $500,000 per year. What part of that could be yours? And why, as an agent, is this something you're looking at? Hey, it's no fun to talk to somebody about selling life insurance or buying life insurance. Nobody wants to do that. Heck, I don't even want to talk about life insurance. But when life insurance is positioned as a solution that addresses a real problem in somebody's life, you can do your part to help families and communities get out of debt and give them protection for the future. And then there's this. Our Summit 2022 location is Montage, Deer Valley, Utah. First time in a long time we're staying domestic, but that's due to that thing that's been happening for the last 18, 19 months. We wanted to be assured we were going to have a great conference. Our conference is our second to none. I can tell you in 2022, you will be qualifying for a trip to Ireland. With that, I want to switch gears. Let's put down what we just talked about. Let's look at another arrow. Sharpen your axe for another solution that are plenty in front of you. No matter what you do, no matter how you talk to your clients, you've come across clients who fit a certain profile. And in my opinion, while I love permanent insurance and wholeheartedly believe there's not one right product for every single client, every client's different, every client has different tastes, needs, desires. There's room for all of us. But this specific strategy, I do believe whole life is the only right solution. The concept is smart money, and our client profile looks like this. Have you ever talked to a client who's 50 or older? They value access of their money over return. They're sitting on some money that they call rainy day money. Rainy day money is there for emergencies. They're looking for strong guarantees. Rainy day money needs to be there when they want it. They plan to leave the money to their kids, to their grandchildren, or maybe even a charity. And this is a life insurance solution, so we do got to kind of look at the client's health and say, yeah, we can work with that. Doesn't have to be perfect health. They just have to be healthy. What are the client's objectives? Well, the rainy day money is one. Again, they want to leave a benefit for their kids or grandkids. They're looking for strong guarantees. As Mark Twain said, it's not so much return of my premium, it's return on my premium, it's return of my premium. They want to know that whenever they need it, they've got access to whatever they're putting in. So it's sitting in a bank account, somewhere safe. It's a checking, savings, money market account, maybe a CD or an annuity, or it's sitting in a safe in their house. Access to the funds is important. When it rains, they need to get to it quickly. While a high return isn't that important, they would like a competitive return. So let's talk to your clients about shifting gears and moving their money from one financial institution into another. That's from their bank per se to mutual trust life insurance company. We're going to position that premium into a single premium whole life solution. And that's either our whole life single premium whole life product or our other product that we can shape as a single premium. We've got a guaranteed death benefit that equals a guaranteed increase in value. For a female age 60, current version of the product, a female age 60 takes $100,000. They're turning that $100,000 into an immediate death benefit of $240,000. Should something happen to her tomorrow, her grandkids are getting $240,000, not $100,000, with some tax consequences potentially. We've got strong early guaranteed cash values that give the client peace of mind. Now they don't have $100,000 day one, they've got $92,000. But if they were to put it into a CD or annuity or anything else with surrender charges, what do those surrender charges look like? They look pretty similar, don't they? Guaranteed cash value, year one, $92,000 for this client. Year two, $98,000. Year three, over $100,000. So Mr. and Mrs. Client, if you're willing to give up a little bit access of your cash value for a short period of time, I'm going to take your asset, I'm going to put it somewhere safe, somewhere guaranteed, with a far better return than anywhere else you can find in a bank right now, and give you everything you're looking for. With guaranteed cash value growth, your client's going to have the liquidity, access, and control. Liquidity, access, and control has been a mantra of mutual trust for as long as I've been there. Your clients own the policy. Your clients are owners of the company. They decide what they want to do with it. And what's the biggest reason clients are holding on to money right now? What is that big cloud in the sky that's going to rain on them? They're health-related reasons, aren't they? With a chronic illness rider, your clients got access to not just the money they put in the plan, but the death benefit as well. Anywhere from 5 to 24% of the death benefit. So instead of having 100,000, they've got 240. And we've got, as I mentioned, multiple product options to customize your client's coverage. So again, this isn't a strategy that I necessarily expect anybody to march around the world with and say, this is what I do now. This is a strategy I want you to put in your back pocket. The next time you're meeting with clients, talking to them about whatever you do, and you see they look like this, I want you to call Levinson and Associates, and I want you to say, hey, Mark talked about this smart money concept. Tell me more. I've got a prospect. And if you're interested in your family bank concept as well, again, contact my good friends, the sales team over at Levinson. Numbers there on your screen. Go out and help change some lives, whether it's what you want to do from this point forward, or you want to supplement what you're currently doing. You want to match it with what you're doing. You want to sell to more clients you're meeting with. This is a strategy that can do that for you.
Okay, good stuff. All right, Andrew. Well, first off, Mark, thank you so much. And let me also say, yes, these strategies are great. Even if it's just a simple whole life illustration, your client feels comfortable with whole life, bring this up. Okay, we'll help you quote it. No problem. And I will, this is another big one. I will say this too before Mark leaves us here, but as far as customer service, okay, which is for the agents, you can call, once you're appointed and you're active with us, okay, and you have questions, maybe for an underwriter, they treat you like this is 1982, okay? It's a very old school hands-on approach, which I absolutely love, and you just don't get that these days, right? It's unfortunate, but it's the truth. There's only a couple of companies left that treat the agents like you're the only one, so I love that aspect of MTL. Okay, Andrew, do we have any questions, or do we have time for a question or two before Mark takes off here?
Yeah, I got a couple quick ones that we can get through real quick.
Yep, let's do it.
I have Rick is asking, can you do a large dump in, like a single premium lump sum in the your family bank concept, or does it have to be continuous pay?
No, great question. The flexibility in design is infinite. We can take, and many of our cases do have some levels of dump-ins and incremental premiums throughout, whether it's monthly, quarterly, annually, whatever you want to do. I would say, I don't know, 60–70% of our designs include a dump-in up front. Absolutely, we can do that.
Great question. Excellent. Great question. Thank you, Mark. Andrew, do we have one more, and then we'll wrap this up?
One more is Jay is asking how, this is kind of off topic, but it's good to know, is how the 7702 regulation affected your guaranteed values. What is your current guaranteed interest rate?
Great question. And please, I want everybody to listen hard to the answer, because once upon a time, I had a great fear when they started talking about changes to guaranteed interest rates. I thought it would hurt IBC business. I learned from my actuaries back then, and I've seen it in proof now. While the guaranteed interest rate changed from 4% to 3% in this product, it does not affect the cash values that your clients are going to see. It's far more complicated in a conversation, but let me assure you, this is a strategy that will continue to work for your clients.
Love it. Love it. Good answer. And then Mark, and this is coming from me, and by the way, we didn't talk about this ahead of time, so I want everyone to hear this real fast. We have hundreds and hundreds of agents on, and I want them to hear the answer. But Mark, real quick, just tell the audience where most of your premium, most of your whole life premium comes from. What strategy, what concept?
Your family bank.
Yep, exactly. And we did not speak about that. Sorry?
No, and may I add one? I totally overlooked something. Yep. Why mutual trust? Why do you want to do your family bank with Levinson and Associates with mutual trust? You do this. You sell 3 cases, average premium. There's a certain level of production you get to. 3 average cases is going to get you there. Mutual trust is going to send you $1,000 to help defray the cost of the system. Plus,
love it.
With the production you do at mutual trust, you earn educational reimbursement credits. The more you do, the more you get. you can earn up to $1,500 of additional money that can be applied to qualified expenses. Guess what's a qualified expense? Your family bank system.
Love it. Love it. We're going to send out a flyer on that concept, and that's only through us. So if you're not with us, we got to get you over. So Mark, that was awesome. We have about 5 minutes left. We're going to wrap this up. We're also going to send out the thank you email today, like I said, twice. So keep your eyes peeled for that. All of the brochures, information to get started, everything will be in there. And of course, call us with any questions. What I want to do now is just switch gears. Like I said, we have 5 minutes, and then I'm going to do the giveaway. Andrew's going to jump in and talk about how to get access now, and then we're going to show you all about whole life leads and what you can leverage this afternoon. Andrew?
Yep, thanks so much, Bill. I'll be brief here, but I want to help everybody get started. So you're going to go to the Levinson and Associates website, click on products, go to Whole Life. You'll see all the product resources, specifically mutual trusts. We have all the brochures and everything that you need, and we can get you an illustration, get you contracted. Bill already mentioned our cash for contracting and our leads for contracting incentive. We don't want to underestimate that. That's a big deal where we match or beat your current commission plus a bonus on top of that. There's no reason not to do it. But as you heard, mutual trust is one of our core whole life carriers. So excellent product, and here's where you can get the materials to get started with the concept. I want to quickly dive into a very hot topic, of course. Everybody's interested in, how do I find prospects for this particular strategy? And I've talked to other agents that we do business with, and our marketers have as well, and the feedback that I'm getting is the people that are the most qualified for this situation, as Mark said, are people who have debt. And what's the biggest debt that somebody carries? Well, it's their mortgage. So mortgage protection is a very big area for us and for every agent, or it should be, around the country. And we have great lead programs that work. Okay, they're not perfect, but they absolutely work. We have results coming in. We have reorders from agents. This stuff does work. So I just wanted to highlight that we have two different options for mortgage protection. We have a mailer starting at $6 or more for 3 months, for second chance, or as Bill said, they can go down as low as $4 if you want to get some second chance leads that are a little bit older. We have those. We also have at $17 a piece verified telemarketed life insurance leads, which are great, and that has the 20% guarantee. So definitely these are the ways to open doors to have conversations with the prospects you're looking for, which is this debt elimination strategy. On the right side, of course, is social media. We talk about social media all the time, but you have to be on social media so you're moving forward in this business. You have to do it. And so we have some automated social media marketing packages available for you, or you can hop into our social media ads course that we have, where our social media expert will teach you how to actually place ads on Facebook and generate your own leads. So if you want, we can provide you with the YFB and the mutual trust material so that you can go after this type of client. So this is perfect for this scenario. We can help you get set up in our marketing department for sure. I'm going to get it back to Bill for some other excellent technology. Bill?
Okay, thank you, Andrew. So this concept right here, by the way, if you say, Bill, distribution solution, retirement planning, tax saving strategies, way over my head, okay? But I have a guy, right? I have a girl this is perfect for. Okay, Mary Reed will literally jump in, okay? If you have the person, phone number, you'll tee up the call. She'll do all of the heavy lifting and selling for you, okay? We just had an agent. Okay, I'm sure he's on right now. I didn't check recently, but his name's Mike. I won't give you his last name for privacy. He just wrote $1 million annuity to fund 3 life insurance policies. And guess what? The commission on this thing is over a couple $100,000, and she did 80% of the work. So this is available for you. These are the prospecting books on the bottom right corner. And if you want to learn more, I did a couple webinars with her. I also did a podcast with her that is amazing. It's 1 hour. We talk all about sales ideas built around whole life, IUL with living benefits, right? And this concept using annuities to fund life insurance. And again, she will do everything for you. Okay, moving forward, premium finance. Okay, we have 2 third-party companies that we work with. And again, same concept. They will do all of the heavy lifting for you. Okay, and one of them has a 0% commission split. So again, a huge deal. I don't have time to go over the case example, but we'll include this in the thank you email. Again, all it takes though is, hey, I have a guy, I have a girl, call us. We will literally make the introduction and you will have everything handled from A to Z. Okay, the podcast. This is the Mary Reed 1 hour. This is the interview that I do. We talk about all sales strategies, again, IUL and whole life. And then on the bottom there, this is our next guest speaker on the Bill Levinson Experience podcast. He's an MDRT producer of ours for a long, long time. Mike is joining us for October, my birthday month. It's going to be a great one. We're launching at the end of October, but I promise I won't let you down. And this is all about you agents calling in saying, hey, Bill, I want to pick the brain of one of your top producers. Okay, I do it for you in 1 hour, and it's free. So subscribe to your favorite podcast channel, our YouTube channel, or just go to our website. We'll include it in the thank you email. It's free. Leave a comment. I send you the top IUL prospecting book free. That's simple. Just leave a comment on our Facebook page, even if that's easier. Okay, whatever you prefer. Okay, agent training events, that's what you're on right now. These are the two bottom highlighted in blue. And I just want to mention real fast that new LERP marketing strategy for P&C agencies, health agencies. We are launching that on the 21st, and then on the 14th, we're going over new and exclusive final expense, mortgage protection, and term life lead programs, plus the 20% guarantee. Okay, and by the way, real quick, I'm shifting gears here. We're going to jump into Positive Tuesday. And I want to tell you, you know, and I say this on every webinar, don't listen to what I say, right, for the last 45 minutes. Watch what we do. There's a reason. There's a method to the madness, right? It's about branding and marketing on social media, getting your name out there, right? My goal is for any agents in the business, right, for the good agent, the right agent, to think of Levinson and Associates when they say, hey, I need a good IMO that I can trust, that gives me a fair compensation, that has good service, that has all the top products. I want to be top of mind. Well, you should be doing the same thing when it comes to prospecting and retail work, right? For friends, for networking groups, for neighbors, for family. When life insurance comes up, you want to be top of mind. So this is just a Positive Tuesday quote I put together every single Tuesday for the last 3.5 years, never missed a week, okay? Not for consumers, because we can't sell. It's a conflict of interest. But I want agents, right? No secret. You should be doing the same thing for the public. Let's go over this quote real quick. Winners become winners by taking risks. If they win, it's called success. If they lose, it's called getting stronger and wiser. It's a win-win as long as you take the shot. With that said, I'm going to have our question of the day, so make sure your little fingers are on the keyboard. Remember that Q&A box I was telling you about for the last hour and 5 minutes? Okay, make sure you're ready to roll. It's a two-part question. It has to do with Mutual Trust Life, our featured carrier of the day. Are you ready? The question is, you tell me the face amount limit for the non-med program, okay? It's a two-part question. So Mutual Trust Life, they have non-med. Tell me the max face amount and the max issue age for no exam simplified issue. Max face amount and max issue age for the non-med program with Mutual Trust Life. Okay, I said it twice and Mark said it once. So you tell me the max face and the max issue age for the non-med program. Andrew, do we have a winner?
We do. First to answer correctly is Michael M. Michael M is the first.
Michael M, the answer is $1 million. Age 50 is the max age for simplified issue. Andrew, real fast, what state is the winner calling from?
I'm checking that right now. Hold on 1 second.
Okay, in the meantime, I know we're running a little bit late. I want to thank everyone for taking the time. I hope you walked away with at least one nugget you can use this afternoon, right, to make a call, to make a presentation, right, or call us if you want, and we'll help you get up and running. Thank you so much. Congrats, Michael. Andrew, do we have a state?
Tennessee. Michael from Tennessee.
Tennessee. Michael M. Tennessee. Congrats. Mazel tov. Call it whatever you want. We'll also announce the winner on the Facebook page. Make sure you leave a comment. Have a great Thursday, great weekend, and good selling. Take care.